Hello, craft beer friends, and welcome to Season 10, Episode 16 of Tap to Craft Podcast. I am Denny Luce, coming to you from Boise, Idaho, and my partner in craft, the dog whisperer, and my favorite Florida man from Tampa, Florida, Mr. Kris McKenzie. How are you doing tonight, Kris? And I know you need a beer, so what
I
is in your
do.
glass?
Well, what was in my glass was Tropical Acres from Three Sons Brewing down in South Florida. This was guava, passion fruit, and mango, little sour ale with some fruit in it. Trying to have a little healthy beer, I guess.
Okay.
But I'm doing pretty well. It's been a chaotic couple of weeks, and hell, just that's what I told you when we got on. I was like, sure, one more thing, just add it to the list. But things are going really good, man, and I'm just glad to be on here grabbing some beers with you. So, what about your glass though? What is it currently filled with, and how's your day going?
Well, my day is going fantastic because I had a day off. My company celebrates President's Day, and I celebrated by like I mentioned before the show, as we were trying to get this thing live. Uh, all I did today was a nice, healthy, and energetic workout that really got my blood flowing. And then I followed that. Normally, when I work out, I don't drink.
Uh-huh.
I broke that rule today because it is a holiday. Uh, I broke that rule on Friday too because I also worked out on Friday and then no, yeah, was it Friday or Saturday? No, I can't remember. I think it was Friday. No, it was Saturday. Worked out on Saturday and then I drank Saturday as well. So I break my rules once in a while. But what I'm drinking tonight is the Czech style dark lager from pFriem family brewers. We've talked about these guys
A
many,
few
many, many
times.
times. Yes, yes. And this dark Czech lager is fantastic. Well, you know what? I don't want to spoil it because I'm going to have it in my new and noteworthy as well. But
Okay.
really good beer from pFriem. Add another 5 cap rating to my pFriem
That
favorite P breweries because they made a fantastic dark lager. So that's what I'm drinking. I've got this much left of that 16-ounce can because it took us 20 minutes to get this show live on Facebook, but
yeah.
we did it.
Stupid Facebook and Zoom changing things. Actually, I'm going to do this since my beer is gone. I'll move on to this
Ooh, the
from
Reef
Tampa Bay Brewing
Donkey.
Company. I have a little Reef Donkey.
Nice. Well, do it. Do it to it. All right. Well, now that we got that going, since we are a little bit late getting started, let's just roll right into the show. But before we get too far, we want to always let anyone new listening to Tap to Craft podcast know what we're all about. We are an educational podcast focused around celebrating all things craft beer because we want to assist you, our listener, along in your craft beer journey and adventures. And you are listening to episode 250, recording on Monday, February 19th, 2024. We are live on Facebook. And if you'd like to join us during our recording session sometime, you can do that on the Monday prior to release at 8:30 Eastern Time. We would love to have you join us, interact with us as we record. And in this episode, we're going to learn about our favorite R breweries. Yes,
R. Sorry,
R,
I
right.
couldn't help it.
Yeah, the breweries that we enjoy that start with the letter R. We also are going to finish off our blind beer tasting segment, showdown, I guess we call it.
Mm-hmm.
We have our last beer that our great listener Jeff Seiler provided for us. We're going to be doing porters. We have Porter X and Porter Y that we will be trying tonight. I'm looking forward to that. Now,
Me too.
keep in mind, I've been drinking pretty much, all day. And so I'm going to finish this beer and I'll have those 2 porters. I'm going to be feeling pretty good. Before we started this thing, I was already up at 0.064 ABV, no, ABV, BAQ,
BAC.
backtrack, BAC, whatever it's called. And that was after an hour and a half of delay between my last beer and these beers. So we'll
This is
take a
going to be
reading at the
great.
end.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
going to be
yeah. So
great.
so count on me slurring my words and stuttering and all that good stuff because hey, I'm relaxed. I'm definitely relaxed. And we also have our February mini tacker of the month unboxing that we'll be doing. And you can always count on Kris and I having some great beer conversation as well. And you know what, Kris? Let's go ahead and just jump right in to our mini tin tacker of the month unboxing for February. So
Okay.
we each got our, I didn't even ask you if you had yours, but I assumed you had yours.
I do.
Okay.
And funny that I mentioned Three Sons, the brewery that did my first beer. We have one of our listeners checking into beers at that brewery over the last 24 hours. Just
Is that
saying.
Bill Slimmer?
Don't ruin it, Denny.
Oh, I was just guessing because I know Bill's in Florida. So I was just assuming that might be him. But hey,
I mean, it's a heck of a guess. I'll give you that much.
there could be another listener who's on vacation in Florida. It is a vacation spot. Ooh, this must be from Jacksonville because look what we got. Drink It in Jack's. Engine 15 Brewing Company. Is that a brewery you're
not familiar with? But
look at this cozy. This thing's like a
okay. So your cozy's a little different. So I got a different one. Hold my beer. I got this.
I got this big giant one. Wow. So there's different. So mine's Engine 15.
Same.
Okay. And I've got this big giant crowler. I mean, this is for like crowlers. Look how big this thing is. That's giant.
That thing's pretty thick in your hands there, Denny.
Yeah, I have small hands. So let's see. February 2024 swag, an extra surprise in your mailbox every month. Engine 15 koozies. We sent you either the Hold My Beer, I Got This can koozie, or the Drink It in Jack's Crowler koozie. Yep, I got the Crowler. Kris got the can. Enjoy. Hey, members, don't forget to use your discount code CaptaCraft for special pricing. Purchase at tintackers.com. All right, so there we go. We've got a koozie. Now, I've never drank out of a crowler before.
Like directly out of? I don't think I have either.
Yeah, but I'm guessing that the crowler koozie would be good if you are pouring and you only pour half of it in. Maybe that will help keep it, insulated for that second half.
I mean, I like the idea. I really do. Okay. Well, Denny, I mean, we always get pretty excited when we get to open these, but just kind of a heads up for our next episode.
Yes,
we're actually going to be talking to Jen from Tin Tackers on our next episode.
Excellent. I'm excited about this because I like what Jen's doing. I like what she's been doing with her company. I want to find out more about how she started this company and what motivates her and what she's looking to, continue to build with tintackers.com, because I think she's doing a fantastic job with what she's doing so far. So we're going to learn all about tintackers.com, how Jen got this thing started, and what motivates her in our next episode.
Well, I was going to say, I can tell you, Tina is going to appreciate this tacker that we got with the double drop West Coast style IPA from Engine 15. That is a cool tacker.
I love
very classic, very vintage.
Yeah. Yep. Little pinup action. Very nice. I like this too. Done really well. Colors, everything is just great on here. I mean, I have to admit, this is probably my favorite. I think tintackers.com is definitely our favorite sponsor for me. I agree. I love all the variety of stuff they do, and I love these little mini tackers because, as you can see on my back door, they fit perfectly in a small space. And this one is really nice. Two beautiful red heads. Hey, you and me both have a thing for redheads, right?
We're fans.
We are a fan of red. Let's see what this has to say. It says the Engine 15 Brewing Company. Is it just me, or do these girls look like they spell trouble? No.
Yeah.
Not at all. Introducing Double Drop, the West Coast style IPA from Engine 15 Brewing in Jacksonville Beach, Florida. So we were right. They're in Jacksonville. They're in Florida. So you might need to stop by.
Well, I mean, that's not too far from my dad.
Yeah.
So
Mounds of sea hops in a super secret dry hopping technique yields a mouthful of hoppy goodness. Now spend the next 20 minutes watching vintage Wrigley's double mint gum. Oh,
Oh
that
yeah.
is
Is
very
the Double
similar
Mint
to
twins?
yes, double mint gum commercials on YouTube. You're welcome. Wow, I didn't even pick up on that until she wrote that on there. But you're right. This is very reminiscent of the double mint twins sitting on hop cones too.
Oh yeah.
This is really awesome. I really like this one a lot. So that's the February mini tacker of the month club. Really nice tacker. If you're able, sign up and get this tacker. I think you will enjoy it from Engine 15 Brewing Company.
I'd be curious to know if they make the mini ones first, and then I don't know, man. Like, can you just, hey, we make the mini ones first, and do they see how they sell and then move on to we'll produce them bigger? And it's just kind of I have questions, Jen.
We have questions. So hey, Kris, why don't you write down these questions?
Oh no.
We make sure they all get answered on our
Gonna
next
rely on me.
All right. Well, thank you, Jen, for sending this out to us. I really enjoy it, and I think our listeners will as well. Again, go to tintackers.com, sign up for the Mini Tacker of the Month Club, use the code Tap the Craft, all one word, at checkout, and get 10% off your orders. All right, Kris and I would also like to thank all of our Patreon supporters, because this episode is brought to you in part by our satisfied Patreon supporters like Mike Allen, Bill Schlimmer, Amanda and Kevin Argauer, Mike Blanchard, Tara Carlson, and Jim Kutzel, Alex Fuchs, and Mark Reedy, who are our virtual producers. And of course, Tom Byrne, Jeff Seiler, Johan Halberg, Challen Moss, and Mark Church, and Eric Gronley, who want to buy us a virtual beer. If you enjoy the content we provide, we invite you to support the show by toasting your host or buying us a virtual beer or even becoming a virtual producer. You can explore the options on our support page by visiting patreon.com/tapthecraft. Now, Kris and I also love getting feedback or hearing questions or telling us about your craft beer journeys. We'd love to get your voicemails. In fact, our next Tin Tacker giveaway is going to require you guys to leave us voicemails because we love to hear your voices. You can leave a voicemail at 208-536-3359, or if that's too many numbers, 208-53-ODDLY. Yeah, you'll get your voice heard on the air. And if you are too shy, don't worry. Send us an email at taptocraft.com or taptocraft@gmail.com.
You're giving them outs, Denny. Don't if you're too
yeah.
shy about it, drink another beer and pick
another
up the phone.
Yeah, get your inhibitions out, and you can do it. But if it's too lengthy for a 3-minute voicemail, then leave 4 3-minute voicemails. It's okay. We don't mind.
Yeah, no, we can handle that too.
Yeah. But we also have a Facebook page, facebook.com/taptocraft. Discord, go to taptocraft.com/Discord to join our Discord server. We'd love to have you interact on our community page there. Just for Tap to Craft listeners, that's fantastic. Yeah, that's it. Okay, Kris.
Denny.
Let's continue the conversation because now it is time to untap the craft and see what our listeners are drinking according to Untapped.
Okay, well, let's see. We've got to scroll up just a little bit. And from 8 whole hours ago, Jordan Cohen is drinking a German Crossing Hefeweizen by Smoketown Brewing. He's checking into this one at the Rabbit Hole. I don't know what the Rabbit Hole is, but I don't think I like it. But his notes were simply, "Holy clove, Batman." Hang on.
Holy clove. Uh-oh.
I'm only coughing a little bit. Now, the Rabbit Hole is apparently a restaurant in Harpers Ferry, West Virginia. So we just wrote Holy Clove Batman and 3 3/4 caps for that check-in. Mike Allen is doing a lot of drinking today. He must have had off for President's Day also, because I'll be honest, I didn't realize it was President's Day.
Oh, because you have every Monday off.
Except this one.
Oh, you worked.
I work today. Yeah, I work today.
Oh,
I just mix everything up,
the
why
tides
keep
have
things
turned.
normal?
We've
Yeah.
turned.
And it was
I
just
was up.
it was just for this one. But he's checking into a couple of things, all with 4 cap ratings or higher. But his best one, the Pompeii by Toppling Goliath Brewing Company at his favorite check-in, the Taco Mac.
Taco Mac.
He gave this one a 4.5 cap rating to go along with it. Now, moving on up our list. Now, since you've ruined the surprise, Bill Schlemmer is drinking an Ocean Park Pils by Three Sons Brewing Company at Three Sons Brewing Company. He said it's an easy drinking, lightly malted Pilsner, some corn notes, moderately dry with a touch of sweetness, tasty beer. Also, having a duck banh mi sandwich, which is excellent. Yeah, Bill, I've heard they've got really good food there. I did not try it when I was there the last time. But he's also checking into a Mayhem Maker from Three Sons as well. Great Imperial IPA, smooth, well balanced with luscious tropical flavor on the dry side. 4.25 caps for that check-in. He also got their Kentucky Strong Ale, but sadly, he said good, but lacks character. No defining flavor notes. And he gave it the most average rating you could give to it. 2.5 caps out of 5.
That's pretty average.
It don't get much more averager than that right there. Let's see, scrolling up the list. We'll toast yours, Denny, just because yours was there. But you checked into the Mail Cabin by Grand Teton. Yeah.
Grand Teton Brewing.
And I'm only going to read after the first sentence because it's picking on someone. Big caramel aroma that settles into a toffee flavor. There is a bit of nutty and smoke character too, pretty mild, and a great entry into the style for a newbie. This was Mail Cabin by Grand Teton. You give it a 4 cap rating. Is that Scotch Ale?
Yeah.
Nice.
Really good. I enjoyed that one.
All right. Well, next up on the list, David Dean, right here in the Tampa area, checking into a Gold Zone by Florida Avenue Brewing Company. Checking in at Florida Avenue Brewing Company. No notes, but simply put, 4 cap rating to go along with it. I'm skipping your next check-in because you're going to talk about it on the show. And Carla Dean is also checking into the Gold Zone at Florida Avenue Brewing. They both gave it the same rating. So I got to double check and make sure you guys aren't checking into the same thing. Yep. David and Carla both checked into the Rocky Descent by Chuck Lager at Chuck Lager's American Tavern. 4 cap rating. No notes to go along with that one. Jeff Seiler.
Jeff.
A lot of cool cans lined up in this picture, Jeff. As you're drinking this is great. He's drinking a Spruce Willis by Hopfly Brewing Company.
Got some spruce in there.
He said, awesome name for a beer. The beer itself, not so much.
Oh, no.
The most spruce forward beer I've had, just a bit too much for me. Yippee-ki-yay.
MF.
Yeah. Listen, even though, hey, Christmas is coming, Jeff. Don't worry. We can have more.
I will say that beer was probably released at Christmas time because
it's spruce.
Who wants to drink a spruce IPA in, now, right? I guess it's still wintertime, but I think a Christmas beer IPA with spruce in there is perfect time.
So this was from Hopfly Brewing Company, but it's a collaboration with Wolfhaven Brewing Company, which is right here in Tampa.
Oh, really? Wolfhaven? I never heard of Wolfhaven.
Wolfhaven, yeah, they're fairly new. I learned about them last year at, as long as it's the same one, at the beer event I'm about to go to in a couple of weeks. The Hop King Invitational. Okay. I didn't know they existed. Yeah, it's the same guys. That's their logo right there. So cool. That's pretty cool. So yeah, Jeff, you're kind of getting a little bit of taste of Tampa over there in North Carolina, but all he gave it was a 3 cap rating. So kind of sad. Continuing his check-in streak for the, 75,000th show in a row. Chad, you finished your puzzle, buddy, and that is a really cool puzzle, but he's drinking a Black and Blue Tasty by the Veil Brewing Company.
Oh, the Veil. Nice.
He said, finish the puzzle. The beer's okay.
Oh,
sour black
whoa.
and
Wow.
blueberries. Yeah, I gave it a 3.25 cap rating.
Wow, that's like the lowest rating beer of ale beer I've heard of.
Yeah, no kidding, which I thought was kind of interesting. But moving on to the next check-in, Emily Allen is drinking a 10th anniversary single IPA brewed in Finger Lakes by Other Half Brewing Company. And she gave this one 4.25 cap rating, but no notes to go along with it. Let's see, scrolling up the list here. Emily again, drinking a Blossom fruit tea cider. I don't think I hate that. That sounds pretty good. By Blackbird Cider Works. She's checking in at the Avon practice fields, which I don't necessarily know where that is, but she said pomegranate and raspberry. Yum.
Oh, that sounds good.
4 cap rating to go with that. The Avon practice fields are apparently in Avon, New York. So I don't know if you're out that way or not, but I got to scroll up, hit refresh, and see. Oh, you guys are doing your drink, and I'm so proud of you. Look, there's so many more to read.
Oh, wow.
Not many more, but Jeremy Garrison is drinking a Miss Smash by Burt's Brewing at
Oh,
3 Wood Pizza and Pub. He said light and clean. 4 cap rating for that beer. Carla Dean drinking an Old Elephant Foot IPA by Tampa Bay Brewing Company.
yeah.
4 cap rating. Checking in at Dean's Tap Room. So
Their house.
that's, I guess, yeah. And not last on the list, second to last, Mark Connor is drinking an Envisionation. That's just fun to say. Envisionation 2023 by Grains and Taps. Is very citrus fruit, nice and thick. That's what she said. I get the base IPA, hoppy bitterness, then the fruits meld well with a bit of ginger finishing it. Won this in a raffle yesterday at the Drag Bingo fundraiser for Cindy Krantz. 4.25 cap rating for that beer. There's a lot going on in that one. And we're going to bring it right on back here to the Tampa, Florida area with Craig Andrew checking into the HDHC Broccoli Special Reserve Freaky Friday by Toppling Goliath as a collaboration with Other Half for my broccoli fans out there. He said simply collab with Other Half, banger. 4.5 cap rating to go along with that one. And Denny, that is what everybody is drinking.
Was there actually broccoli in that beer?
No, they make an IPA. It's just called broccoli.
It's called broccoli,
and it's I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, it's a hazy IPA. But it's got little silver. They've got broccoli, cheddar broccoli, cream of broccoli. I mean, it's all just
really,
and the logo is just little broccoli florets.
Little broccoli florets. Wow,
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of broccoli, by the way. So I'm okay with that.
Oh, I've checked into that one twice. Look at that.
Okay, so back to Jeremy Garrison. He's here in the Boise area, right down somewhere close to me. He lives because he follows me home sometimes, and
in a non-creepy way, right?
In a non-creepy way. And 3 Wood Pizza Place is right down the street from me as well. And Burt's Brewing is a new brewery opened up in the Garden City area, just adjacent to Boise. And I've only had one beer. I haven't gone to Burt's Brewing, but I've been drinking this one beer. It's a lager. I had it the last time I was at Growler Guys, and I had it this time when I was at Growler Guys because I just really enjoyed it. So it's good to hear that new brewery is making some great beer. I've heard nothing but good things from everyone that's drank Burt's Brewing. So if you're in Boise, go try Burt's Brewing.
Yeah.
Okay, Kris, are you ready to drink some more beer? Is your glass empty?
Oh,
wait a minute. Sorry, man. You should have drank that faster because my glass is empty and I'm ready for some Porter Blind Tasting Showdown.
This is going to sound really weird.
Yeah.
I need to go to the bathroom first.
Okay, we're going to take you know what? If Kris is going to the bathroom, should I just stay here and chat? Maybe I'll stay here and chat.
You should. Okay. If you want to stay here and chat, go for it. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, I'm going to stay here and chat with our live listeners. We have 3 of them right now live. I know Jeff is probably one of them, and we're going to be doing the blind tasting here in a minute. Now, Jeff gave us a bottle, Porter Y, and a can, Porter X. And I'll be honest with you, I only know one port. Well, I mean, I drink porters all the time, but as far as one that I could actually like remember, the only one I drink so much of that it's just always stuck in my head is the Deschutes Black Butte Porter because it's like my favorite. So I'm guessing one of these might be that. But as far as the other one, man, I have no idea of what other porters are out there that I mean, I just drank Reuben's Brews Robust Porter. Maybe that's one. Wouldn't that be weird? If all of a sudden I just had that Robust Porter today again. Oh wait, I'm giving away secrets to the Brew Buzz, which is our favorite R breweries. But I talk about Reuben's Brews Robust Porter that I really enjoy, and I actually had it. It was on tap at the Growler Guys today, and I went and grabbed up another pint just to refresh my memory of what it was like. And I'll tell you what, it's fantastic. Oh, Kris is back.
What I miss?
Back.
What I miss?
Nothing. I was just busy chatting away. We had 3 listeners. You left, and then we only have 2 now. I guess.
Yeah, it is my fault. I don't doubt it.
No, it's my fault.
Oh,
I saw you leave and said, "I don't want to talk to this joker."
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. Don't ruin it next time, Denny.
At least we didn't leave the whole thing empty, right? We both go off, and then people jump in and they see a bunch of 2 empty screens. Like, what the hell is this?
It gives us the opportunity to play like goofy on hold music.
Okay, so we're gonna go and do our blind tasting showdown with the porter. I already showed behind the scenes that we have Porter X in a can. Wow, you have some frosty glasses. And
I just pulled them out of my cooler
in a bottle. And I have 2.
Our porters have chromosomes.
Yes, X and Y. Ah, yeah. I'm gonna pour Porter X in my IPA B cup and Porter Y in the Stout B cup. What do you think of that?
I think it's just a phenomenal freaking idea.
Okay, so I'm going to open. Here we go. Right into the mic there. Opening Porter X.
That smells nice. I love a good porter.
Oh, yeah. So I drank a Scottish ale, a Robust Porter, and then I went to a Helles Lager today. Those are my 3 in that order.
You're drinking around the world today.
Yeah. No IPAs today. Saturday, I just drank IPA all day, and I needed my gut to be a little bit better. I just can't drink IPAs all the time. I need to mix it up because my gut just gets hop gut for some reason.
Yeah, I hate that, Denny. I gotta say, I'm super proud of myself today because anytime we've ever done these, and as Jeff, as much as I appreciate that you set these up for us, we always get that little tape that's right along here, and when I pour it.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I always make a mess. And the last couple of episodes where we were drinking those beers, I was like spilling beer and it was running down the side of it. I was smart this time. I brought myself a wet paper towel.
Ooh, look at you. Yeah. Damn. All right. Yeah. Well, this looks like a really good porter.
Yeah.
It's got a one finger head, coarse, and fine bubbles in there. My camera can't see as well.
So my tap the craft glass is my Porter X.
Okay.
So there we go. We got that. Tap the craft is Porter X. Got it. Now we got to open up Did you pour your Porter Y yet?
No. I'm just doing this one. We're first going to just look at this one, admire it, talk about it.
Okay.
Very dark. I mean, I'm saying even up to the light, it looks like in the light, I would say like a deep mahogany, but in
I'd go almost ebony.
I would say ebony. Yeah, it's almost like black. This is super dark. Super
Ebony and
dark.
mahogany.
It's got a cappuccino frothy head. Maybe actually a little darker than cappuccino head, I think. What do you think? A little dark.
That's dark.
That's dark.
This
This
is
is a
a
dark porter.
this
This
is
is
a
almost a
bright ass
stout.
flashlight.
Yeah, this is almost a stout. I'll say. Okay. All right. So there's Porter X. Beautiful looking beer. All right. So let's go ahead and crack the bottle open now. Pour that sucker.
that smells really good. I like
I have
that.
a chance to use my fancy
So
beer
that
bartender's friend.
that is attached to my beer cooler outside with a
Oh.
magnet. I'm using the officially licensed Tap the Craft butterfly
Oh,
nice
yeah, nice.
bottle opener.
Oh, now this one, I see it pour. It's pouring a little bit lighter than that last one. The other one's almost like a stout.
Florida Pint Day. Wish you were beer.
Oh, but you know what? It does darken up, but in this one is not as dark as
No, this is definitely
X.
lighter.
This one is this one's a little bit lighter.
Ooh.
The head's not as strong. I got like a quarter finger head on this one. Wow, they both smell similar.
This one smelled. No, I beg to differ with you.
You don't think so?
No, so that first one
right.
I got was just super roasty, everything that I would want in a porter. This one I smelled it and I immediately got chocolate and caramel.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And that head disappeared.
I get chocolate.
Fast.
I get milk chocolate and caramel in this. We haven't talked about aroma, but we're going to talk about it now. In Y, definitely get that aroma. But this one is also dark, but not quite as onyx.
It's as dense as that other one. And there's every part of me, Denny, that is trying not to take the tape.
Don't take the tape off
the lid of this cap. And
Yeah,
it's just me being just fidgety, where I'm just like, ooh, I can pick at something.
Yeah, I haven't touched mine. It's still fully engaged.
Not gonna do it. So is mine.
Cheating. Just no cheating.
It's right there. Okay.
So taking whiffs, since we have a Y in our hands right now.
Okay, gotta go Y.
I agree. This is like, and I hate keep using the same term, but I'm getting the Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like classic Tootsie Roll aroma.
Whatever it is, I think I see. My voice is great for singing today, by the way.
So this one comes off. So Y comes off more chocolatey than roasty. And now this is X.
Okay.
And X comes off with almost a little trying to think of the right word. It's hard to come up with it. Leathery, maybe, or has like a
to me to me this actually this is the X that I'm smelling now.
Mm-hmm.
I almost got a borderline licorice note to it.
I would say there might not strong, but you're right. Like underlying, that's what I was trying. I think that's what I was trying to pick up is like an underlying licorice or star anise character in the back of the nose there. And there is a little bit of caramel in X as well.
Yeah. There's almost caramel burnt sugar.
Yeah, caramel burnt sugar, not the chocolate that we get in Y. We definitely get more chocolate in Y. Okay, wow. That's about as well as we're going to do on the aroma. The head is on X standing strong at one finger. Strong at one finger. And Y pretty much lost its quarter finger, although it does have some legs. It does have some legs on there. Slightly legs.
I don't know. That could just...
It might just be the resistance on my glass. Let's see this one. Now this one doesn't have. Well, it does have. It's foamy, but it's yeah. Okay. All right. Let's take a sip of X, Kris, and see what we taste. Are you? How's your flavor? Is your? I know you're kind
I'm
of.
not inhibited.
You're not inhibited.
I'm
Okay.
surprised I'm smelling as well as I am.
Okay.
But yeah, not inhibited at all.
Okay. This one, X, getting some astringency.
Oh, yep.
Getting definitely some astringency.
All the way in the back, like the
Yeah,
back and the roof.
which is surprising. Getting some of that maybe a little bit of coffee character in the back of the finish as well, like, or maybe just some dark, maybe it's just a dark roast, like dark burnt roast in the back of my throat.
Jeff, where are you at for hints on this one? Because porters are going to be tough, man.
So yeah, this might even this reminds me of an export stout. That's what I mean, or maybe an export porter that has that more tannin like finish and astringent finish a bit. It is good. It's a lot different than that robust porter I had earlier today.
Yeah. Well, this one finishes dry too. I like that.
Yeah, it's
too.
dry. Yeah, it is dry for sure.
I don't even know where to start as far as guessing this one, but I know
No,
this round specifically, and I still have his letter sitting on my desk as a reminder to me to not go, hey, you need to figure out what beer it is. No, we need to figure out which one we like more.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the key. It's which one we like better.
And we can play the secondary game of, hey, can we actually guess it too?
Yeah. Okay, you ready to take a sip of Y in the bottle?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? But yeah, definitely Tootsie Roll. Tastes like a Tootsie Roll too.
Yeah, it tastes exactly how it smells. It tastes exactly how it smells. It's got that Tootsie Roll caramel, like burnt sugary caramel, a little bit of roast in there,
and to me too, like this roast and like this bitterness just lasts so much longer. I'm gonna take a wild guess on this one.
Okay.
Just because it's in a bottle and I haven't seen one in a long time. No, I like it. But oh, Kevin Page just said, son of a no photos allowed in the chat. Yeah, I know. Sorry, Kevin. There's been some times where I wanted to put some photos in and we can't even do it, which kind of sucks. But he's having some burial beers under the dim glow of Hooven Beasts. 10% Dream Candy Triple IPA. Dude, that is some weird names to go with an IPA. The beer name with burial, that totally makes sense. But what the hell is a Dream Candy Triple IPA? I'm gonna take a wild guess on this on Porter Y Creme Brulee from Southern Tier.
You know what? It does taste like a creme brulee. You might be right, but does it come in 12-ounce bottles?
I think a lot of what Southern Tier did when they went from their big bottles where it was like all the pumpkin and the warlock and all that stuff, they shrunk it down to the 12-ounce bottles, which I really did like. Just because it was a lot easier to you're not dropping $25-$30 on a bottle of something where you got to like set aside a specific day to finish it.
Yeah, no, I could go with that. It does. You say creme brulee, and it tastes like creme brulee. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
it does. It has that same burnt caramel character. Easy drinking. Oof, it's making me burpy. Um, and if I were to choose right now between these two beers, I think Porter Y uh, might be my choice. But I'm not going to commit yet. I'm going to try some more of Porter X. But these are two distinctly different tasting beers.
Yeah.
Same style, different beers.
and I love when we have these, and I think it was the last time we did this too, when we did the
brown ales.
The brown ales, yeah, where we were like, okay, well, which one do you like better? And I remember saying to myself, and probably even on the show, going, well, I like them both.
Mm-hmm.
They're both different, but I like them both for what they are. And it's hard to go, well, I like this one better. So
okay, so now that the beers have warmed up a little bit, Porter X is drier still.
mm-hmm.
If I were to guess at Porter X, I'm going to say this is Black Butte Porter. Only because it's kind of mellowed out to what um, now it tastes something like I'm familiar with. It just was weird when it was cold for me. It definitely came and maybe because I now just had it after X that was a little bit sweeter flavor. It's not sweet beer. It just has flavors that come across sweeter.
Mm-hmm.
That this one's mellowed out, and now it reminds me of Black Butte. It's my guess of Porter X might be Black Butte Porter from Deschutes.
It's been a while since I've had that one. If that's the case, that would make my day.
It's not coming across as astringent either.
No, as it's warmed up, it doesn't have that.
Yeah, it's smoother. It's got that, and Black Butte does have that more dark roast malty punch to it, and this is what this has. It definitely has that dark malt, uh, almost burnt.
Well, why don't you tear the paper off of your can and find out?
Well, we haven't decided. Before we do that.
Oh, you're right. We have to choose which one we like.
So you're
best.
Thinking Porter Y creme brulee from Southern Tier.
Yes.
And I'm thinking Porter X is Black Butte Porter from Deschutes. Let me take another sip of Y because I was going towards Y because I appreciate this, but now that X has gotten to the point where, and one of the things with what I enjoy dark beers having that robust, that roasted malt punch.
Yep, me too.
Porter X has that I enjoy,
and it's significant.
And so it's hard for me because it's almost to a level of a stout, right? It's got that heavy stout, but just a little bit lighter on it. But let me, again.
So while you take a swig of that, just to kind of see which way you're swinging, I like the fact that there is, and I'm talking about X, is that it's a lot of that roastiness, and it is a very significant roast to it. But I also like the head to it as well, because the head, it's creamy. It's creamy. A creamy head, and it's sticking around. Whereas we've got, Y that's only there because I shook it a little bit, but it disappears pretty quickly.
This is a tough call for me.
It's a very tough call, but if I was going to choose which one I prefer over the other, I would probably say that I prefer Porter X. Oh man, I can't believe I'm going to say this to you out loud, because it's closer to the style.
I agree. I think I agree with you, Kris, because I like Porter. Why? Because it's different.
Mm-hmm.
And this is, I wouldn't say this is that far away from the style. It just has a little different characters to it, but it still has some characteristics of, excuse me, of some darker roast malt in here. But
Ooh.
Porter X definitely has that dark malt punch that I appreciate, and I think I'm going with Porter X as well.
Yeah.
I think we both are appreciating Porter X, and I think if John's listening, he's probably saying, "Yeah, Denny likes those American stouts and big malt." I do, and this is borderline stout worthy, and I like that. I like stouts. And I
Yeah.
like porters that have a robust. I would say that this one, this Y was has a lot of the characteristics of that robust porter I had at Growler Guys today, because the Growler Guys one also had like a big caramelly malt character to it, and the creamy mouth feel,
Mm-hmm.
just like this one does. Um, and I enjoy that beer. Okay, I'm taking one more sip of Y just before we make our final decision.
Okay.
They're both great beers. I like both these beers.
And water brought to you by Marker 48.
All right, I'm gonna stick with Porter X as my choice.
Okay.
What are you sticking with?
I'm still staying with Porter X, mostly just because it's simple and it's more to the actual style of a porter. And it, like we both said, Porter Y. I do appreciate, I do like that one as well.
Yeah.
As like, hey, it's a little bit different. It's got a little bit of something extra in it. But I like the Porter X just because it is that well, it tastes like a porter. It's roasty, it's dry, it's got those, dark chocolate notes, maybe a little bit of coffee / espresso to it.
Yeah, espresso in there. Yeah,
and it doesn't have that sweetness to it. Like Porter Y has a little bit more sweetness to it just because of that.
Yeah,
that caramel flavor.
Yeah, a lot of big caramel.
Speaking
of, so which one you want to open? Which one you want to open? Which one
you're gonna open X? I'm gonna open the bottle. Yeah, I'll do Porter Y.
All right, let's do it, Kris.
So while we're opening this, Kevin Page said Burial's explanation of Dream Candy is their take on extra smooth brewing formulation, utilizing new hop products to achieve bright candy-like aromatics. That's okay. Oh, this one, I haven't had this one in a long time either.
Oh, wait, it's not what you guessed, huh?
No, it's not.
But look at what we guessed.
Yeah.
Porter. So we guessed this one right. After it warmed up, it definitely took on a character that I'm very familiar with. And this is the first one that I drink a lot of, and I chose this over the other one. So what's the other one, Kris? Show me.
Great Lakes Brewing Company's Edmund Fitzgerald Porter.
So I've only had that once, when I was in Ohio.
I haven't had this beer in probably a decade or more.
And I enjoyed this beer. I don't remember what I rated it, but I enjoyed this beer when I had it. And wow, it would have taken a lot for me to pull that out. Does it have any kind of what's the bottle?
I mean, that's about as well. Let's see
it says robust and complex. Our porter is a bittersweet tribute to the legendary freighter's fallen crew.
Yeah,
taken too soon by the gales in November, came early. That's a horrible description for a beer. Come on.
Well, I mean, then it just goes to show you that that's some pretty cool notes that you can get from just the grains itself. because the last time I checked into this beer was October 30th of 2015. So a decade or more. I was right, pretty right on.
6.6% alcohol, 37 IBUs. You know what? Thanks, Jeff. I'm going to add this to my bottle collection because I don't have this bottle. So that's a nice
And,
addition. But
and that's changed. Well, I mean, again, it's been almost a decade since I've lived in Ohio, but right before I moved to Florida, they changed all of their labeling.
oh, okay. So in contrast, this is Black Butte Porter is 5.5 30 IBUs. I would have guessed that the Black Butte would have been higher in bitterness units, just because it comes across with that dark malt as a more bitter, but it's lighter. Yet this beer had that malty or that caramelly character that kind of reduced that bitterness down, so you didn't feel like you were getting a bitter beer. And it's actually has 37 IBU. So there you go.
You know, it's interesting though. The Edmund Fitzgerald I checked into October of 2015. The last time I checked into just Black Butte Porter was August of 2015.
Oh, wow.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. Great beers. I'm glad that I was able to pull out the Black Butte. And nice trick in putting the Black Butte in a can, because here in my area, I can only get Black Butte in
In
bottles.
bottles?
Yeah, it only comes in bottles. I guess because we're close enough to Bend that they can ship bottles without
Yeah.
the extra cost, but everywhere else it goes in cans. So good job on the can, because I've
Yeah.
never had Black Butte in a can before.
Neither have I.
Really?
Well, I mean, anytime I've ever had just plain Black Butte
It's
Porter,
been in a bottle.
it's been in a bottle, or it's been the variations of it.
Okay. Writing some notes down here.
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. Just we both went with Black Butte. Yeah, it's Jeff. I love that you guys can get Deschutes in North Carolina. I hope it makes its way down here to Florida soon. But that Deschutes is one brewery that I miss. Not being able to get down here. And you know what I had the other day, Denny, that when I was at Gasparilla, um, we they poured me a can of something from Fatheads.
Oh, really?
Which they used to distribute here when I first moved here. Then they stopped, and maybe that means they're distributing back here again.
Okay. All right. Well, once again, thank you, Jeff, for providing these awesome beers, allowing us to do these special blind tasting showdowns. I think it turned out great.
Yeah, this was
And
pretty awesome.
and once again, we guessed 50% of the beer. So I think we're at least 50, if not 60% success in guessing the beers since
We
in the 8 beers.
I was gonna say, well, for this round, yeah, I was gonna say we'd have to check our last year's beers too.
Yeah, yeah. I think we did pretty good.
Listen, I as a just a random hobby that we have, you can blind taste beers and go, yeah. Now we get a little help from Jeff too, because he's like, you've both had it. I can get it
He
in
didn't
North
help us
Carolina.
on this one.
He didn't
He
though.
didn't pipe in at all. It's all
No,
on our own.
this one was good. So thank you again, Jeff. This is fantastic.
Okay, Kris. Now I need to go tinkle. So you
Listen,
hold down the fort.
I don't get to hold down. Okay, go ahead. Run.
Okay.
Go. Denny leaves and he expects me. I'm going to talk about something. Jeff, if you're still on here with us, what are you drinking this evening? Because of you, I'm having some Edmund Fitzgerald. But you know it's really cool, and this is not a shot at you either, Jeff. but this on the side of the bottle, it says, "For freshest taste, please enjoy by this date." The date on the side of this bottle, Jeff, I don't know if you can see it, but it is June 25th of 2022. So as any indicator of how well a porter can hold up, the porter does pretty good with some time on it. That's surprising though. Almost 2 years old on there. That's pretty awesome. And Kevin, what do you've 10 to 12 over the last 18 months? And they don't use lactose in those dream candy ones. That's pretty amazing that they can get those flavors out of it too. Denny,
right.
look at your bottle. If you're looking at the at the boat, look on the right side of the bottle where it says it towards the bottom. It says, "For freshest taste, please enjoy by." What's your date?
5/25/23.
Mine is 6/25/22.
Wait a minute. These are some. We had two different bottles from almost a year apart.
Now, and Jeff just said, "Damn, I need to check that next time." No, listen, if it's an IPA or something, absolutely understood. But what I was just saying is that while you were gone, I was saying, hey, the fact that the beer that I'm holding in my hands is almost 2 years old, and you and I, it's still good. It's still held up really well, and you and I both got the same things out of it for the most part.
That's
even
true.
with mine being a year older than yours.
Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. It holds up.
It
Holds up for
does.
sure.
So Jeff, no, I mean, great if you can check that. That I appreciate it, but it's still really good. There's no off flavors in it.
Yeah, no off
It's not
flavors.
skunky. It's not.
No,
It's
it almost
very
won.
good.
Yeah, it almost won my choice before Black Butte warmed up a little bit, and then it won me back because of the, you know,
Yeah, still
big
really
and
good.
malty. Yeah,
So
it's good beer.
it's a lesson learned. Hey, it's you can have some porters sit for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we drank the IPAs and the pale ales first.
That's right. That's right. We got those done so they stay fresh.
Denny, are you ready to move on to the brew buzz?
Let's do it. It's now time for the Brew Buzz, which is devoted to discussing various beer-related topics. This week, we learn about our favorite breweries, beginning with the letter R. R. And Kris, I guess I'll go first.
I think you should, and
Okay.
because the ones that I chose initially, as soon as I saw this as the subject, I went, "Oh, I know," and it's your first one, that one, and then I was like, "Okay, well, what about the other? It's one of your other ones," and I was
I
going,
know. But I knew that you would come up with other ones that, weren't my choices and you chose a good one that I should have had on my list, but I've only had a couple beers from them.
that one. It only happened because of well,
No, let's
we'll
say
just
it.
say it was because of the dogs.
Yeah, that's true. Good point. Yeah, the dogs bring you to special places. All
Yep,
right.
sure do.
So let me talk about one of Kris's favorite breweries that begins with letter R. Anyone that's listened to the show knows what I'm going to say. What am I going to say? Reuben's
Rubens.
Brews.
I almost
Reuben's
went and changed my
Brews.
shirt when I saw your notes.
I know I should have. I didn't wear my Reuben's Brews shirt, which I should have, because that would have been perfect. But Reuben's Brews out of Seattle, Washington. I love their beers. I drink their. They're now, distributed here in Boise. I drink everything that I can that comes in. I wish that more of their special beers, one-off beers would come in, but I still appreciate what they do bring. At least I get some of their beers here. I've had 30 unique beers from them. Three of them have been 5 cap ratings. Overall ratings for this brewery, 3.88 with how many beers have they put on Untapped?
Jeez, Rubens.
707. 707. And they have a
Jeez.
3.88 overall rating on their beers. That's incredible. That's a lot of beers. And they're almost at a 4 cap rating for 707 beers. So they make some great beer. I've been to the brewery a number of times. I love going there. So I'll go ahead and just read what they have to say about. Now, I went kind of easy this time. I just grabbed the stuff that was on Untapped for all my breweries because they kind of give a good summary. I don't want to
Yeah, I
go in
did that.
depth. We're not.
I
You
did
did
the
the same
same.
thing? Okay,
Yeah.
no problem. So, although only a month old at the time, our clever, thoughtful son, Reuben, came up with the idea of giving Adam a home brewing kit for his birthday. When Reuben and I took Adam to Bob's, our friendly neighborhood homebrew supply store, to pick up this kit, I was expecting to pick up a little tin of beer mix and a bucket to brew. We were a bit surprised and overwhelmed by the seriousness of this beer brewing business. I thought, oh, great, there's more storage space gone once Adam gives up on this little hobby in a month's time. I love how much confidence that his wife had
Right.
with him. Even though I rarely admit to being wrong, now that we're married, I couldn't have been farther from the mark thinking that this would be an easily discarded hobby. The first brewing system has been dwarfed by the upgraded and supersized brew house, and there has been no chance for the mash tun, brew kettle, or hot liquor tank to gather any dust. Adam's hobby turned into a full blown obsession, and in tribute to the little man who started it all, Reuben's Brews was born. So I love how he came up with the name. I love the origin story. I love their beer. I love everything about Reuben's. If you're in Seattle, if you come in, visit for some reason, go to Reuben's Brew. You will not be disappointed. They now have 2 locations in the greater Seattle area. Find one and go visit.
I'm curious to know how far they are from SeaTac Airport.
They're on the north end of, well, one's in Ballard and one's in out close to Fremont. What's
Google
that
Maps is going
area?
to tell me because I think that's
Yeah,
where I'm
so they're
flying
both
into.
north.
And
Yeah, so SeaTac is south of Seattle, and you have to go up into the north side of Seattle. So, but hey, it's worth it. Go do it if you have a layover.
layover or not, I'm flying in. I'm flying into Seattle or in that
Okay,
area.
so the closest brewery to SeaTac is there's 2. There's well, I say 2, but really Georgetown is close, and then
Okay.
uh, also Airways Brewing. At least they had a tap house that was pretty close to SeaTac as well, and there was one called Auburn's, not Auburn's Ale House. There's another ale house that's in that area that has some good beers as well, but not a brewery. They just serve craft beer in that near SeaTac. So yeah, stop in and drink some beers, try some stuff. So I have 4 beers I'm going to quickly talk about. 3 of them are the 5 cap beers that I gave, as well as one that I enjoy that's not a 5 cap, it's a 4.5 cap. So Imperial Rye IPA, 5 cap rating, 8.4% ABV, 100 IBUs. The brewery describes this beer as intense citrus and floral aroma, followed by a smooth, medium, full mouth feel. Citrus leads to flavor profile with rye spice and bitterness coming through in the finish. My comments are: have I mentioned how much I love rye beers?
Just a few times.
Well, this beer is perfect. So smooth with a nice rye spices that made me gulp it down. I am a sucker for rye ales, and I'm a super sucker for rye IPAs and imperial IPAs. No doubt that I gave this a 5 cap rating. Really good beer. Guess what? My next 5 cap rating is called Roasted Rye IPA. Imagine that. 7% ABV, 80 IBUs. Brewery description is as follows: citrus and tangerine in the nose, supported
Ooh,
by chocolate, roast, and caramel, with a full warming mouthfeel. The best of an India Pale Ale and a winter warmer wrapped into one brew. I can't say how wonderful this beer is. I'm I'm remembering back to having this beer, and it is exactly what they just said. It's like having an IPA wrapped up in a winter warmer, with some of that caramel chocolate, and spiciness in there. Really good beer. What I said in my comments, oh yeah, if you know me, I love rye. This beer is fantastic and everything I love in an IPA and rye beer. So that's a 5 cap rating. My next 5 cap rating is a totally different style. It's not rye. This is a hibiscus goza. 4% ABV, 6 IBUs. Brewery description: hibiscus goza, go pink. That's all I could find. That's it. My comments: love it. Everything I like in a goza. Good tartness and saltiness, and the hibiscus comes out nicely. So a great hibiscus goza. Now, their goza has won medals in Great American Beer Fest as well, and it's also a really good goza. But the hibiscus goza, I think I gave their regular goza a 4.5 cap rating. I gave the hibiscus a 5 because that hibiscus character just adds a little bit extra punch to it that I really appreciate. And my last beer from Reuben's Brews is their robust porter. I gave this a 4.5 cap rating, not quite a 5. 5.9% ABV, 30 IBUs. The brewery describes it as our robust porter is brewed with 8 malts to make a roasty brew with coffee and chocolate in the nose, balanced by complex caramel malt flavor and a medium full malty mouthfeel. One of the 5 beers we had on draft the day we opened. And my comments are, wow, loving the big roasty malts and slight smokiness in the finish. Great porter with a solid full body and mouthfeel. And I enjoy this beer. And today, when I was at the Growler Guys, I went and saw that they had this on tap. And I said, you know what? I already wrote this into my notes as being one of my noteworthy beers from Reuben's. Let me go ahead and have another pint now that I can get it here in Boise. And I had it on draft at the brewery back, several years ago, probably 8 years ago. And I'll tell you what, it still was very good. It does have that forward coffee flavor with a caramel smooth creaminess in there too. It was really well done. As it warmed up, it got better and better as it warmed as well. So if you can get Reuben's Robust Porter, go grab it. But all their beers are great. That's my favorite R brewery. So Kris, what is your first R brewery?
My first R brewery is Royal Docks Brewing in Canton, Ohio.
Yes, this is Kyle Lilly's one of his favorite.
Yeah. And again, another brewery I haven't been able to get a hold of since I moved out here. But Royal Docks is located in Canton, Ohio, and they say we are a brewery and tap room that fuses the craft beer renaissance with British pub culture in a contemporary American style. We, the folks behind Royal Docks, are Canton natives that were lucky to work, study, and live in Britain for a time in our lives. Although our time there was brief, it didn't take long for us to fall in love with the pub, a decidedly British concept that we are excited to bring back and share with you. The pub is a vital part of a community social fabric. It's a place where the welcome is a little warmer, and the room is a little cozier, the barkeep is a little friendlier, and the crowd is somehow a wee bit more familiar, even if it's your first time there. That's what Royal Docks hopes to achieve. We don't aspire to be a national chain or a regional 6-pack phenomenon. We're not trying to be a hidden treasure or cater exclusively to eccentric tastes. We're just jazzed about making good beer, fostering a comfortable environment, and sharing it with our friends and neighbors. If that sounds like your kind of scene, then stop in for a beer and maybe a bite to eat as we build a community hub right here in Canton, Ohio. With your help, we've made our dream of reality and are excited to share the progress with you. We thank you for the ongoing support as we continue to build and provide you with award-winning brews. Cheers. So
Yeah.
it's sounds like things have changed in the last, you know, they've gotten bigger, they've grown
Hmm.
because, you know, there wasn't food there the last time I was there, or, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
And I love seeing that because, you know, I think one of the beers I that I put on my list here is something that they package.
Mm.
And, you know, I was like, oh, that's really cool now that they're packaging beers, and you see them go from this, you know, brewery that's been here for a couple of maybe a year or so, 2 years, and then all of a sudden they're in all the grocery stores and they're
Hmm.
distributing all over the place. I love seeing that. Um, the first one that I have on my list from them is their Docklands Porter, an appropriate beer
Yeah.
for this evening.
As you
And
take a
on,
sip.
yeah, they take a sip of one of my porters. They said I gave this one a 4.5 cap rating. And it says in their Untapped description, look for big and very creamy notes of caramel, toffee, cocoa, coffee, and a firm English nuttiness. Who doesn't love a good firm English nuttiness? The palate sports a more pronounced roasted character than the nose, with flavors, which, by the way, they spell all their flavors with an OURS.
So
None of
wrong.
the, well, I mean, none of that bastardized American flavors. With flavors of espresso and underlying nuttiness with a long, pleasant dark coffee finish. Oh, I'm sorry, pleasant dark coffee. The finish, note that the body and strength belies the giant aroma. You guys have freaking typos in your
Wow.
Untapped.
They're
Come
writing
on.
like English, right? All wacky.
Okay, well then, note the body strength belies the giant aroma and flavor profile,
Much
making
better.
for it, yeah, for a sessionable, easy drinking beer that packs tons of flavor. That almost went Australian for a little bit,
That
but
was
anyway,
Australia at the end. Yes.
yeah. Which, you know, it's funny, in normal everyday, I can't do Australian, and I do English very okay.
It must be this Edmund Fitzgerald Porter is
Mhm.
bringing your inner English in
My
Australian
was
out.
my inner Aussie coming out. And then my second beer that I had, the Docklands Porter, I gave it 4.5 caps. The second beer that I had was their Jack Boots and Kilt, which is a Scotch ale.
Mm.
I gave that one a 4.5 cap rating too. And their notes say dark ruby in color, attractively built and brewed with 7 varieties of imported malts, complex in flavor with a malty richness and a right hook of warming alcohol in the finish to make the most of the long Scottish Highlands / Northeast Ohio winter evenings. But yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I've heard, and even over the past few years, whether it was from Kyle,
Hmm.
Lily, but I've heard nothing but good things about these guys since their start. So that's
Yeah.
pretty awesome to see.
Yeah. I know Kyle loves Royal Docks. And next time I'm in Ohio, I will be going to Canton because isn't that where
That's where the
Amanda?
football.
Oh, no,
So
no.
yeah,
They're
so
in
they would be just south. So
just south
they're in an
of.
area called Portage Lakes, and just south of
Okay.
Portage Lakes is Canton. But you know, if you
Okay.
ever go and visit the Football Hall of Fame,
It's in Canton.
it's in Canton.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
let's go on to the
Ohio's a
next.
small
All
state,
right.
right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 88 counties, really tiny. It'll take you approximately 4 almost 5 hours to drive from one corner to the other,
That's not bad.
diagonally, of course.
Diagonally? Okay. All right.
All right, Denny, what's on your next R brewery?
My next R brewery is a brewery that that I've only had their beer when I visited the brewery. Yet they still rank high on my noteworthy and favorite R breweries, and that's Russian River Brewing
Oh, you
out of
sell out. I'm just
out
kidding.
of Petaluma, California. If Russian River was in Boise, I'd be drinking this beer all the time
Well,
because I love their beer.
just think about how Haley and and
Jim
hang
Dandy.
on, and Davis, they wouldn't be your friends anymore if Russian River was in Ohio or in
They still would. No,
Idaho.
they still would. They still would because they're still going to be my favorite. But I love Russian River, and when we visited the brewery, we had 2 sample trays of everything they had, and it turned out to be 20 beers because I haven't drank any beers since we went
Yeah.
there. So we had 20 beers on tap, and we brought beers back. Now, some of the beers we brought back were bottles of different vintages of wild ales, and we brought back about $200 worth of beer. And this is back in 2000, I don't know, 15 or so, maybe earlier in 15. I can't remember when it was, but it was 10 years ago or so. That's a lot of money for beer,
Hmm.
but we loved it. Sarah loved it. I loved it. I just was like in heaven, beer heaven. And of those 20 beers that I've had from Russian River, 3 of them are 5 cap ratings, only 3. But their overall rating on Untapped is 4.175 with 220 beers. So that's pretty substantial.
That's significant. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty significant.
So here's what they have to say. Russian River Brewing Company was founded by Corbel Champagne Cellars in Guerneville, California in 1997. Then he was hired as the brewery's brewmaster and initially sole employee. For the next 6 years, Vinny continued to set the bar high for super hoppy and Belgian inspired beers. Okay, the alcohol's starting to get to me.
Nah, you got
Belgian
this.
inspired beers. That's a tongue twister.
I'm still trying to peel this paper off of the.
Pliny the Elder, first brewed at the Corbel location in 1999, was one of the first commercially brewed double or imperial IPAs in America and won numerous awards over the years. It is still our most popular beer more than 20 years later. In in 2003, Corbel decided to get out of the beer business and transferred the rights to Russian River Brewing Company name, all beer names and recipes to Vinny and his wife Natalie. They wrote a business plan, found 2 managing partners, and convinced 30 friends and families to invest in their new brewpub venture. In April 2004, they opened the doors to the next chapter of Russian River Brewing under their ownership. Here's my 3 favorite beers that I've had, the 3 5 cap ratings. First is their goat.
Yeah.
The goat double IPA. In my books, still my favorite double IPA ever. Pliny the Elder.
Yeah.
Double IPA. It's 8%. It's a 5 cap rating, of course, for me. 8%, 100 IBUs. Here's what amazed me about this beer. Before having it myself, I had heard all the hype. Typically, when I hear hype about a beer, my mind is like, this is going to be the best thing ever. And then when I actually drink it, I'm disappointed. But this was not the case. This beer was so hyped. When I drank it, I was like, holy smokes, this beer is the best beer.
Yeah.
Amazing at what they did with a double IPA that wasn't heavy. It was like light and just flavorful and I don't know. It was amazing that this was a double IPA. I would have never guessed that this beer was a Imperial IPA. And I gave it a 5, and I've given it a 5. I brought back a bunch of bottles, gave it to my friends, and drank some, after the fact. And every time I had it, I didn't change my mind that this beer is incredible. The brewery describes this beer as brewed with Amarillo, Centennial, and CTZ, Cascade Warrior, and Simcoe hops, well balanced with malt, hops, and alcohol, slightly bitter with aromas of citrus, pine, and floral. And my comments were, wow, 8% double IPA, and it is oh so smooth. Tastes great on top and not too shabby from the bottle either. That's the other key. Not only did I have this on tap, that was fantastic, the bottles tasted just as good as the tap. They were incredible. There's no difference. I was just like, wow, this beer is good on tap and it's good in a bottle. It's just really good. So why is Russian River not my favorite? It's because I can't get it in Boise, and I only have this memory to remember it by, and the bottles that I brought back with me. Reuben's I've got it. I originally got it on tap at the brewery, several brewery trips, and now I can drink it here in Boise. So I end up drinking a lot more of this. So that's why it's up there. But anyone, the hype is real. Pliny the Elder is a fantastic beer. Now, my second beer, Row 2 Hill 56 American Pale Ale. What the hell is that, you ask? Yeah, nobody talks about Row 2 Hill 56 American Pale Ale but me, because I love this beer. 5 cap rating Pale Ale, 5.4% ABV, 65 IBUs. Brewery describes this as Row 2 Hills 56 single hop Pale Ale. 100% Simcoe hops make up this beer from start to finish. It is named for location in an experimental hop yard in Yakima, Washington, where it was first created. It has the trademark Simcoe nose with citrus and pine, nice bitterness, and tasty hop flavors rounded out. And my comments are OMG. All I have to say. This beer, I know that a beer you're not going to see on my list of my favorite beers from Russian River is Blind Pig. I know that people love Blind Pig, and some people say it's better than Pliny the Elder. It was okay. It didn't win me over, but Row 2 Hill 56 American Pale Ale won me over. So I'm just going to say that's for me. And my last Russian River beer that I really liked, and I've had this in different batches. This is Consecration Batch 021114. So I guess it was 2014 I was at Russian River. Wild Ale, American Wild Ale. 5 cap rating, 10% ABV. The brewery description is dark ale aged in Cabernet Sauvignon barrels from local wineries. It is aged for 4 to 8 months with black currants, Brettanomyces, Lactobacillus, and Pediococcus added to each barrel. Rich flavors of chocolate, truffle, spice, tobacco, currants, and a bit of Cabernet. Very full-bodied, sip slowly. This beer, both when I had it on draft, which I don't know what the batch number was because they didn't list the batch, was fantastic. And this bottle that was, aged in the bottle as well, incredible. The flavors, the blend, everything was done so well. Perfect 5 cap rating. My comments: such an awesome beer. Saved this bottle for my trip last summer, and it is incredible, even better aged. I did age this beer probably another 6 to 8 months before I drank it, and it still was fantastic. So, Kris, that was my number 2 brewery. How about your number 2 brewery?
My number 2 brewery. What do you think it is, Cajun?
What do you think it is? I think it's a great brewery.
My second one is tell him.
Tell him.
That's right. Tell him in the microphone. Yeah. Is Revolution Brewing out of Chicago, Illinois, which this actually hit my I guess my list of our breweries, mostly because I got a hold of some extra beers from them. Well, mostly because of this idiot right here. Because we had a training, like a continuing education in Chicago at our location there. And guess what? Revolution was right down the street. So I had to get a couple of extra beers while some of our team was there. But Revolution Brewing is Illinois' largest independently owned brewery, and their overall rating is 3.92 with 293 beers. I expected them to have a lot more than that, but okay, off. It's cute for a while, and then it gets real annoying. I expected them to have more than that, but which one? Which one had the Reuben's? Was it Reuben? Reuben's had 707 beers.
707. Yeah, 707.
That's insane.
Crazy.
I was like, okay, Revolution's got to be close to that. And I literally just put these notes in of the overall rating probably in about 10 minutes ago. I was like, oh, 293 beers. That's not a lot. Um, but hey, off of their website, it says the change in the U.S. beer scene has undoubtedly been revolutionary. We are proud of what we have accomplished in our short time to become a leader and innovator in the industry. The evolving taste of beer drinkers has demanded bigger flavors, more variety, and better beer. It's exactly what we give you at Revolution Brewing. Between our brewery and our brew pub, we produce dozens of different beer styles every year. IPAs, porters, pilsners, Belgian style ales, pale ales, barrel aged beers. The list goes on. Our brewery has been a labor of love. You can see it in everything that we do, from the beautiful details of our mahogany bar at the brew pub to the massive beauty of our 800 barrel fermenters at the brewery. That's a lot of beer.
That is a lot of beer.
To the commitment to quality in each beer that we put in a can or keg, Revolution believes in the value of hard work. We work hard to provide great, accessible brews for everyday people. We have fun doing what we do and hope you have fun drinking our beers. So they're two beers that I pulled off of my list. They're kind of the same beer. One's just a variant of the other. And the first one, Death's Tar.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you say it fast enough, it sounds like Death Star.
Death Star.
They're 14.8% ABV Imperial Stout, which I gave a 4.25 rating to. This was a while ago, so who knows if things have changed. This is a barrel-aged Imperial Oatmeal Stout, and they brew with English specialty malts and the addition of flaked and malted oats to create a rich, chocolatey profile and silky mouthfeel that cloaks its considerable strength. It definitely does that. If you can get a hold of Death Star is completely different. Death Star, get a hold of it, because you'll drink this 12-ounce can that you'll have, and then you go, wow, this is really good. Oh, this is clocking in at about almost 15%. Wow. The American oak barrels continue to build layers of complexity reminiscent of vanilla, toasted coconut, and caramel candy after aging this dark menace a full 12 months. Mm. Well, the variant of it, the Vanilla Death, I got this in 2021. It's a mere 13.6%. Gave this one a 4.5 cap rating. So the vanilla made it a little better. As a behold, our original barrel-aged Imperial Oatmeal Stout Death Star with hand-split whole vanilla beans, flaked and malted oats lend a supremely silky bottle that belies. That's twice now that word's been in these beers.
In different breweries.
Belies. That's belies the beer's considerable strength. Pronounced vanilla flavor and aroma blends harmoniously with chocolatey caramel maltiness and blend of American and French oak. Wow. So 4.5 caps for that rating. Anytime I can get any of the Death Star or Death Star variants, I get them. I definitely get them.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the few Revolution Brewing beers I've had, fantastic. I mean, really good, solid beers. I've only had them when people send them to me, or Tom, if you're out there, we need to get together and share some beer. Tom Byrne. But Tom Byrne has brought some good Revolution beer to my house, and we drank as well. So, yeah, Revolution's great. And it would have been that would have been on my list as well, except I've only had a couple beers because we don't get them in Boise. You have to get someone to send them to you.
I've had 10 of their beers, and I didn't mention this with Royal Docks. I've had 12 of their beers. Nice. It's pretty awesome.
And that's good, because you had those 12 beers before you left Ohio, right?
Yeah.
So that was a long time ago you had those beers.
Yeah. All right, Denny, what's next on your list?
Okay, my last brewery, it was hard because I had to add 3 because they're all significant. This one, less significant for the beers that they are known for, more significant for me for the beers that they're not known for. This is Revision Brewing I've talked about Revision number of times for all their hazy IPAs and stuff. It's from Sparks, Nevada. I have had 60 of their beers, 60.
Sorry, did you say 6-0?
60. Yes,
Wow.
60 unique beers from Revision. So I've had quite a few that they brought into town. I've only given 2 5-cap ratings. Overall, they have a 4.00 rating with 262 beers on Untappd. So that's pretty good. 4-cap average rating. So Revision Brewing Company is known for brewing quality, mouth-watering, and aromatic products for beer fans worldwide. Through being founded on the principle of having an evolutionary spirit reflecting growth, creativity, and respect for craft beer. Brewmaster Jeremy Warren opened Revision Brewing in 2017 with 4 other founders. Now, keep in mind, they opened the Revision in 2017. I went through my Northern Oregon or Central Oregon brewery crawl in 2014 when I went to Revision, or not Revision. I went to Russian River. Gosh, senior moment. I just talked about the brewery. I forgot about him. I went to Heretic. I went to a bunch of breweries in Sacramento. I went to Lagunitas in Petaluma. Oh, Santa Rosa. You know what? I said that wrong. Russian River was out of Santa Rosa, not Petaluma. I got them mixed up. Santa Rosa was where they were at, in Windsor. I went to a bunch of breweries. I actually went to the brewery that Revision started from, which I believe, Knee Deep Brewing started in Auburn. Is it Auburn, California? I think it was Auburn, California. And they opened the week that we came through. We didn't go to them. We went to Auburn Brew House and some other ones. And I think Revision started from Jeremy being part of Knee Deep. And Knee Deep was brewing some really good IPAs, like West Coast IPAs and stuff. And we really liked Knee Deep. So they broke loose 3 years later and opened Revision. I believe that's the case. I might be wrong, but let me just say that's what my old man memory's calling out. Okay. Back to Brewmaster Jeremy Warren opened Revision Brewing in 2017 with 4 other founders. After only a year of opening the doors, Revision Brewing Company, the brewery gained substantial notoriety when it took gold medal win for Revision IPA in the American India Pale Ale category, and double IPA won silver medal in the Imperial IPA category in the 2018 World Beer Cup Awards. Wow. Impressive after the first year they've been open, right?
Really?
Only 4 other breweries in history of the World Beer Cup have medaled in both the American Style IPA and the Imperial IPA category in the same year. Additionally, Revision Brewing Company gained a great deal of respect for their barrel aging program after their first release, Barrel Aged Finite Madness.
That's a play on words.
I think I had too much to drink tonight.
That's okay.
Earned a gold medal at the European Beer Star in 2019. Overall, Revision Brewing Company beers have won awards in Japan, Australia, Germany, Belgium, and in numerous competitions across the United States. Now, I mentioned that they're known for their IPAs, right? They're known for their IPAs, double IPAs, hazy IPAs.
Yep.
They're known for all their hoppy stuff. Well, guess what? The 3 beers I'm going to talk about are not IPAs. They're the furthest thing from IPAs. And these are my 2 5-cap rating beers, as well as a 4.5-cap rating beer that I think you guys need to try from Revision. The first one is called RBL American Lager, Revision Brewing Lager. Simple name, RBL. 5-cap rating, 5% ABV, 15 IBUs. Brewery description is a super tasty lager born of reverence for tradition and the desire to crush something crispy. German malts, hops, yeast, and patience create an easy drinking lager for anyone to enjoy any time. And I have to agree, this lager is fantastic. My comments were, yep, This lager rocks, clean and delicious, and oh so crushable. But I savor, but but I savor my beers. This is one to enjoy. Um, this is a great lager. I love this lager, and for a brewery that's known for IPAs to make this lager that is so well done, amazing. I like this one. Next beer, we're going from lager to imperial stout with the Black is Beautiful Imperial Stout. 5 cap rating, 10% ABV, 42 IBUs. Brewery description is as follows. Flaked oats add to a smooth mouthfeel while a variety of specialty malts provide depth of aromas and flavors. Notes of sweet caramel, chocolates, and coffee roast intermingle in a surprisingly easy drinking imperial stout. And they mentioned that a portion of their 2022 release of the Black is Beautiful beer collaboration will be donated to the Harriet Bakersville Incubation Program. My comments were, wow, big roast flavor with coffee accents and a rich, thick, creamy body and mouthfeel. Very good imperial stout. Everything I like in the style and not too bitter. A great imperial stout. 5 cap rating. Guess what? My third beer is also an imperial stout. This is the Darkling, which is a non-barrel aged version of their imperial stout. 4.5 cap rating for me, 10.2% ABV, 65 IBUs. The brewery describes it as the progenitor of our series of stouts. Darkling is a smooth yet rich and with chocolate notes running the gamut from milk to dark to bakers. A velvety elixir with a hint of espresso accents to balance. My comment, really solid stout. Hey, they not only make great IPAs, but other styles too. And that is so true. That Revision's known for their IPAs, but you know what? They make great non-IPAs as well. That's what I had. Kris, did you have some honorable mentions?
I did. I have.
Are you okay?
I'm gonna make it.
You can make it.
Let me take a big
one more
swig
sip.
of this.
Take one more sip of beer.
Well, I gotta finish this Edmund Fitzgerald first.
I finished that beer, and why you mentioned that, that Edmund Fitzgerald porter, such a good porter that even as I drank the last of this when it was super warm, I'm telling you that I don't know. It's a hard pick between those two styles.
That's a delicious mouthful now that it is warmer. And yeah. I did fidget and pull the tape off of my cap. And it very clearly says Great Lakes on the top. But what Jeff did, Jeff, I love you for this, man.
Did he mark it up?
Yeah, he used like a Sharpie or something and scribbled on it. He's like, he's not gonna pull the tape off and be able to see it. The son of a bitch. And
that is so funny.
Yeah, that's good stuff. But had some honorable mentions. Reuben's Brews, Denny. Eric Gronley said he's got an Edmund Fitzgerald in the fridge. He'll be grabbing that in a bit. Cheers, guys.
Enjoy, Eric. I am so impressed with this Edmund Fitzgerald. It was really good.
Eric, what I need you to do is take a picture of you drinking that beer and post it on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
Isn't that hard? Come on.
Saying, hey, these guys at Tap to Craft rock. I'm drinking the same beer that they drank.
Yeah.
Although we didn't guess the right beer, but that's okay.
That's okay.
It still was good.
We're not perfect. But Reuben's Brews, yeah, I've had 9 beers from those guys. Okay. And I bought the t-shirt. I got a t-shirt. I almost wore
got
it.
A t-shirt too.
Yeah. But Reuben's Brews and then Wrap Brewing out of Seminole, Florida, which is over towards the St. Pete, Clearwater area of us. Guys, if anybody gets over to that area, Matt Knight, I don't know if you made it over to Wrap Brewing while you were here last year, but if you didn't, you missed out. Those guys make some incredible, just true to the style beers. And if you can get Wrap Brewing in Seminole, Florida, definitely go get some of that. I've had 5 of their beers and I loved every bit of it. So those are going to be my honorable mentions for our breweries that start with the letter R.
Okay. All right. My honorable mentions is Revolution. That's it.
You just made that up.
Well, I didn't really have an honorable mention, but I forgot about Revolution until Kris had it on his list because again, I was looking at the ones that had the most check-ins and the ones I enjoyed, and Revolution. I've only had a couple of their beers, but they've all been really good, and I know that I have a lot of friends that really enjoy Revolution as well. So that's my honorable mention. Okay, Kris, we didn't get to do our new and noteworthy last week, so we have our beers from last week, and I add one additional beer to my list that I had this week. So, Kris, why don't you go ahead and let us know about your new and noteworthy beer
This
that
one,
you
I
tried?
mean, this is perfect. It's
Yeah,
Barnacles from Reuben's Brews. And this
barley
is
wine.
one, this is a beer that you sent me a little while back that I finally sat down and had some time to just pour it into a glass and enjoy it. And initially I remember cracking it open, putting it in the glass, and I was like, oh, it's kind of, well, I believe it isn't it. It's a barley wine
It's a barley
style,
wine, English barley
right?
wine. Yeah.
And the fact that it said English barley wine on there, it immediately made me think of you, other than the fact that you sent it to me. But I was like, okay, well, let's see what Denny's going on about English barley wines. And started out, and I'm going, okay, man, this has got it. It's got a cute little dog on the front. There's a cute little French bulldog on the front of the can. And I remember taking a sip of it. We were sitting out in the driveway, just kind of listening to some music, just relaxing for a little bit. And man, there was a bite to this beer.
Yeah, yeah, it does have a
And
bite.
and I was like, oof, this is a little over the top. And I was like, okay, well, barley wine, I'm pretty sure we got to let it warm up a little bit too. So Tina and I are just kind of sitting there talking, listening to some music. And as it's going on, the beer's starting to warm up, and it just got better and better and better
Mhm.
as I was drinking it. So this one ended up with a 4 cap rating after I completed the beer. Completed the beer?
Yeah,
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 I
finished it.
completed
Yeah.
it. Um, but that's been the one and only new and noteworthy beer I've had in the last couple of weeks. Just either I'm getting the beers I am drinking, or just stuff that, well, Reef Donkey, for example.
Mm-hmm. Just good, solid beers you enjoy drinking.
I went into the beer store the other day, and I grabbed a 4 pack or a 6 pack of that, whatever it came in. And I was starting to grab something else, and I flipped over the bottom of the can, and this Reef Donkey was canned on January 10th of this year.
Oh, nice
And
and
I was
fresh.
really excited about grabbing something else. Oh, it was from something from Tripping Animals down
Mm.
in South Florida. And I looked at the can, and it was a dark lager, and it had been brewed in like this January of last year. And I
Last
was
year.
like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pass on that one. Just go ahead and
Yeah,
skip that one.
yeah.
But Denny, you have got a fair amount of new and noteworthy beers to talk about. I mean, my Reuben's Brews Barnacles at 4 caps is great, but let me hear about some of yours.
Okay, Kris. As soon as I get back from the bathroom.
Okay,
I
as
told
a
you
hell
I
of a
drink a
segue.
lot. I drink a lot of beers tonight, so I need to go release some more. I'll be right back.
I'll be waiting. I'll be right here waiting for you.
Okay.
At least that's what Brian Adams said. Oh, you made it back.
I'm back.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I feel good. All right, so my new noteworthy beers, I need to go ahead and break my phone out for this. I have four beers that span over last month. And if you remember, I had went and visited my daughter a couple weekends ago, and we visited Jim Dandy. But before I talk about that, I will talk about this beer here, the pFriem
How can
Czech
you
Dark
not talk
Lager.
about Pfriem?
Yeah, because this beer I gave a 5 cap rating because I just love this lager. And here's what I have to say about it on Untapped. I said a little pre-Super Bowl party warm-up. That's when I first bought this beer. Felt like having a, I felt like having a dark lager because I knew I was going to be drinking a lot of IPAs on Super Bowl
Ooh,
Sunday.
you know
I was
what's
going
funny?
over, yeah.
The beer that I put back at the store the other day was a dark lager also.
Oh, well, really? Was
Yeah.
it a Czech style dark lager?
Probably not, but I was
I didn't
disappointed that it
realize.
was so old.
Yeah, I wasn't. I didn't realize that Tripping Animals did like different lagers. I thought they did
So
a lot of sour stuff and
they have a beer called No Mames,
no mommies.
which is basically like us white people going, come on, right? In Spanish. But they have one called No Mames, and then they have a dark No Mames. And the great part on their beer label is a little chihuahua that looks really stoned. And I actually have their label on the side of my beer fridge. And when I saw the dark version of it, I went, well, I need the dark version of it now. It's got to match I need the
Yeah,
label off of it. And I was
yeah.
all excited and I was carrying it around and I went, wait a minute. And I flipped it over and I went, nope, not doing it. Not gonna do that. Not gonna do that.
Yeah, a year old is a bit old for
Yeah.
that. So it's probably good.
Well,
Wait for it to come out for a little bit newer
no
model.
mommies.
All right. So I said this one is delicious with faint chocolate and more prominent toffee flavors. Super clean, lighter bodied, easy drinking, and not too sweet. Another great Freem beer 5 cap rating. All right. Now let's go to the Jim Dandy beers. I'm going to talk about two. Now, I had a bunch of beers. They were all good, but these were the beers that I gave a 4.5 cap rating, at least two of them. Again, I had more, but I didn't want to go crazy with the chat here. So the first one is the Jim Dandy Brewing's Snow Clouds Blueberry Apricot Sour. And this is a beer you can only get on draft there. So I was so glad that I was able to get this before it ran out. Super good. I had 2 glasses of this beer. Two glasses, not one, two
Nice.
glasses. It was really good. Because when I go to Pocatello, I go to Jim Danny's on the first night I'm there and the second night. I go 2 days in a row. And I try all their beers with 10-ounce pours the first night that I hadn't had. And then I go and have 16-ounce pours of the ones I really enjoyed. So I had a 10-ounce and a 16-ounce pour of the Snow Clouds. I said, wow, at Jim Dandy's, you must drink all the beers they don't can. This is a really good blueberry and apricot sour ale, just a bit tart with a great blend of fruit flavor, 4.5 cap rating. And this last Jim Dandy beer I'll talk about is the Munro Bagger Scottish Ale. I love a good Scottish ale. I just talked about Scottish ale I had from Grand Teton as well tonight. Aromatic notes of toffee that follows into the forward flavor. A touch of sweetness with a finish reminiscent of Tootsie Roll. Again, I've been bringing up this Tootsie Roll thing a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, but I just everything tastes like Tootsie Rolls to me. Um, very nicely done Scottish ale with no hint of alcohol, 4.5 cap rating. So those are my new and noteworthy beers. Again, I think I had like 5 or 6 new beers that I hadn't had before from Jim Dandy, which was a great visit because I got to drink a lot of new. I think I'm about 70 check-ins, unique check-ins away from 5,000. I might actually make it this year.
I'm gonna give them a call and tell them to delete like a dozen of yours. Like, listen,
I'll never
Untapped,
make 5,000. They're going to keep me below
it's just
the limit, right?
forever. It's just this purgatory of under 5,000.
That's true. That's true. All right, Kris, it's time to bring this show to a close. But before we do that, I always want to give you an opportunity to raise a glass. So who would like to raise a glass to tonight?
It's before I do that, you have to blow.
I have to blow? Okay, so Kris is saying I need to do my backtrack. It's
Do I
warming
still
up
have
right now. I'm going to
backtrack
go
on
ahead
my
and blow
phone?
and find out what my ABV is.
I do.
All right, it's calculating. And it's coming up with, still thinking, calculating. Wow, it's got a lot to think about tonight. Whoa, I went down in ABV.
You've been drinking and you got
0.048.
okay. Well, while that's happening, so I want to raise a glass to our check-in streak master himself, Chad Lamassa. Happy birthday to you, sir. This will release the day after your birthday. So happy birthday to you, Chad. And Denny, who would you like to raise a glass to while I blow in my backtrack over here?
All right, well, I'm going to not raise a glass to backtrack because how did I go down 2.02 from earlier when we took the test right before I started recording?
I don't know. It's just impressive.
I don't know what happened. But the Patreon toast tonight goes to our good buddy Mark Church out of Ohio. Thank you, Mark, for your patronage. And I also want to raise my glass, and I do have, I can't see, what do you got there? 0.2?
I'm just waiting.
Oh.
Give me my results.
I'm going to raise my glass to my good friend Nikki, who, wow, Kris, you are so
0.019. Let's go drive.
Is broken. It's got to be broken, right?
It's time to go driving.
You drank 4 beers. You can't be 0.019. Backtrack is broken tonight. They must have need a software update or something. Don't trust Backtrack because obviously,
Jesus, Denny.
I'm finishing up my 6th beer and it says I lost ABV in 2 hours. That's incredible. I guess I have a good metabolism. But cheers to Nikki, who went out to beers with me and Sarah tonight. And we enjoyed the conversation and time. So cheers to you. Of course, being a former serviceman, I want to raise my glass and thank all those who have served and who are currently serving in the U.S. military services, protecting our freedoms. Thank you for your service. I hope all those who are deployed are able to return home safely to their families very soon.
Cheers to that.
Kris, why don't you go ahead and give a toast out to our sponsor?
I want to raise a glass to the folks over at Tin Tackers. They are the provider of sweet metal beer signs that will make your walls happy. I know mine are. I'm just looking at them all right now. Tin Tackers has a vast selection of embossed aluminum beer signs, perfect for your garage, home bar, or man cave. They have the biggest selection with the best prices. They also have a mini-tacker of the month club, a club just for craft beer lovers who collect tin tackers, a surprise in your mailbox every month. Visit their website at tintackers.com and use the promo code TAPTHECRAFT at checkout to save 10% on your entire order and to let them know we sent you.
Yes, for sure. Do that. And you can find the beers mentioned on the show in the show notes located on the show post at tapthecraft.com. And it is last call. It's time to bring the show to a close. We want to thank you for downloading and listening. We ask you to please tell a friend. And of course, subscribe.
Tell 2 friends.
Or 2 friends, yeah. And subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And as a reminder, we release a new show every 2 weeks. Now go out there and spread the good word of craft beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.